Here on Tour Season 4, Cycle number 4, continuing coverage coming at you. What is the group stages day number 3 now? So here we are back with the matches as promised here. So again, welcome back here. Welcome to tuning in. I know a lot of you might just be tuning in, but was on just previously for about 15 minutes or so, going over the awards for Cycle number 3 right there, the winners of them, and having some fun with that. But now we got some good honk coming at you. What is continuing coverage again of the group stages here. So here we are with our first 2-game series going to be happening of what is Reason Gaming versus Bad Monkey Gaming. And then later today will be Reason Gaming versus Fresh, if I'm not mistaken. I believe so. Yes, Reason Gaming versus Fresh going to be happening. So those are the 2 series coming at you. But again, kicking off with this one, excited to be here. Hopefully you guys are as well. With that said, as always, joined by a co-caster here. And going to be joined once again by Near of Evo Corporation here. Near, welcome back.
Thank you, baby. Nice to be back. And yeah, ready for these games here. Definitely a crucial one for both teams. Not having the best of start into this cycle. They both need to win desperately.
Yeah, you know, I did have the standings up right there. Let's pull them back up real quickly. So what we're looking at, I mean, BMG only has 2 points currently, as you pointed out. Yeah, 0-2 and 1 to start here. You play 7 series in total, so this will kind of be over that halfway mark for BMG. Yeah, they definitely want those 3 points, as does Reason, though. Also making a point of they have yet to win a game as they're 0-2. So, yeah, still earlier on in the group stages, but both these teams desperate for a 2-0 here, no doubt. So we'll see how that comes into play, but the draft well underway. So let's go ahead and start talking about what we're dealing with here. Swiftblade, Dark Lady, Wild Soul, and Ophelia the bands. Behemoth into Tremble, Midas into Kinesis, and Empath into Glacia. So they let BMG get Tremble, though. Seems like it's always risky giving up Tremble here, Near.
I think worth noting is they banned Ophelia. Reason Gaming have been looking very strong with Ophelia lineups, at least the last cycle, and BMG has picked up on that and bans it in the first 2 bans here. And they do not ban the Tremble, and I'm surprised that Architecture values the Behemoth over the Tremble, because Tremble seems to be such a strong hero now. It's probably the strongest one. Everyone either bans it, unless you're Legion, then you usually first pick it. But here he values the Behemoth more. That's a bit surprising. It's also, I know Complexity also loves that hero, but I think if they have the choice as well between Tremble and Behemoth, they're going to go Tremble 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, it shows that they're confident, very confident with their strategy, and this Behemoth definitely, because obviously they knew that really they were giving up the Tremble there. But, man, we'll see if it works out, because I feel like, you know, when we do have a case like this where it's obvious to us and, you know, everyone else really, it's like you're giving up such a powerful hero in Tremble, you better have ways to deal with it. So we'll see what Reason Gaming does here to deal with that. By the way, you know, Reason Gaming also going through just a couple of roster changes here. You see Catlamine no longer part of the team, so filling in here. I believe Time to Die is a new member of the roster, if I'm not mistaken. But
I think it's Athro and Kurt Svensson, if I'm not mistaken.
Or maybe you are right, actually, yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah, interesting to see how they will play here. It's probably going to take them some time, because they were looking very strong. It's a bit unfortunate that they actually chose to split up, because I think they were improving quite a bit, and then now they split up, and yeah, we'll just hope for the best for all of them, of course, but it's a bit sad to see.
Indeed.
Yeah. We do also have Boxer Kinesis, it seems. So,
oh, yeah.
It's always fun to see that in his hands.
So caught up with the Tremble that, yeah, exactly right. Kinesis coming out, and that's definitely entertaining to see. So we'll see if it ends up in Boxy, but it's hard to believe that it wouldn't. I mean, he is just so good on that hero and a lot of fun to watch with it. So Puppet Master coming out as expected to be a carry of choice here.
Yeah. I'd like to comment Fusen's banning phase here. He bans out the Sandwave. They pick up the Empath as a 3rd pick, and I mean, Empath Sandwave is very strong, and it's also when you do dual supports, as BMG loves to do, getting rid of a hero like Sandwave is pretty good. And then I think he doesn't want to deal with the Tempest. They lost some games to that throughout this cycle at least, where they did not have a Tempest cancel, and he bans it out. So I think he's on a winning path here so far in the draft.
Yeah, Fusen here coming to draft well and doing just that. Definitely a smart player on the scene for sure. Prisoner 945. It's going to be that 4th pick in the meantime. And interesting there, I wonder, is that going to be a Boxy Hero Kinesis somewhere else as a result or not? Maybe in the hands of Make.
Yeah, I think they both play it. I think Boxy Kinesis is something they don't usually put it on Makis. He also plays a pretty good prisoner though. Before he started playing offlane in for BMG, before he joined them, he was a very strong mid player. And I think he's very comfortable playing prisoner in the mid lane too. Even though we saw Boxy have a pretty good performance in prisoner in the mid lane yesterday, or 2 days ago.
Yeah, on the weekend there. So we'll see what they ultimately end up doing here. Again, still one more pick to come. They've been right-clicking that Pandemonium for a while, actually. So I don't know if that's going to be it, though. Pharaoh's going to be coming out with a final pick in the meantime for Reason Gaming. So they get their suicide option here. Why do you think they went Pharaoh?
I think this screams tri-lane, long lane, or for me, it's Puppet Master, second support Behemoth, and Empath hard support going on top, and then they have solos with Midas and Pharaoh. Probably Pharaoh mid lane, but we'll see what they do here. Pharaoh is hard. It's probably the easiest hero to gank for them, or for the Hellborn side, but I'm pretty sure that Fusen knows that this is probably a man-up when you have a second support Behemoth.
Mm-hmm. And now you see
we'll go. Sorry. Yeah, then again, Trimble is pretty good at dodging those ganks. If you put a mount in the bottom lane and you start top, you can always just switch without the use of the teleportation scroll. So you will be able to pick up your farm. And then the supports can't really rotate after you.
Yeah. And right-clicking that Moira here, so obviously setting up to run more of a dual support, which is pretty typical of BMG. But also if they maybe expect that trial lane, then want to have something to fight against it here. So should they, you think if they do go a secondary support here, which is again very likely, should they try to avoid it then, or maybe do like a prisoner trial lane with the support, something like that, or Kinesis even?
It's definitely an option. Kinesis is a very strong one as a 1 hero. Trample can also do fine. If you see the mid or short lane usually, if it's a one-on-one there, you don't really want to have him off lane. Or they go with the torture. I guess it's alright. Maybe I'd like to see them pick up a hero that could gank more, because Pharaoh is gonna be easier to gank. And if they want to kill Midas at any point, something maybe like an Andromeda would do more damage to him. Mm-hmm. High in the chances of killing him at least.
Well, they go with torture.
Yeah, but really all they need is probably a stun and then a prisoner hook and the W on top, and he should probably fall if they manage to do that.
Yeah.
We'll see how they lane. I expect a man-up tri-lane from Recent Gaming here.
Yeah, okay. We'll see what comes out from Reason, though, on their side. Again, Archie Tiger in that leadership role. I want to say Calamine was actually the drafter of the team. Well, maybe not, actually. No, I think they were kind of switching around a little bit, if anything. But Archie Tiger is that current leader, for whatever that's worth. And you do see Pharaoh is heading bottom immediately. He gets those boots coming down here. Everyone else is going to be joining him, but he wants to get down that ward.
Yeah.
Sells them there.
This is what you did in the past too. You bought the boots and then the ward, and then you waited those 14 seconds. You can have them for 15, but you usually sell them for 14 just to make sure you do not sell them for 250. And then, try and get a ward down. But it's really hard to do, because we see here he might even clash into them.
Ooh, prisoner. Yep, he's going to land the hook. That's going to pull Pharaoh in. It pops the mummy wall. Trying to make the escape. Freeze comes out. Down goes Pharaoh. So, yeah, very risky still, as you pointed out. And we see right there, the hook hits and down goes Pharaoh. Hell of a start for BMG. And they didn't even get the ward down either. So talk about just ultimately backfiring there for a reason.
It's unfortunate. I mean, you just can't make it unless you use a teleportation scroll on your support and gets out there and put the ward down. So, yeah. Nice bloodlust for BMG. It's going to boost them. Who got that? Boxy got it. Okay, and he has boots now in the offlane. That's going to be very troublesome. But he is 1-1 against Pharaoh. It looks like. No, maybe not. Okay, they're rotating a tri-lane down here. He's going to be hard to box up because of those boots and land a kill on. But if they manage to do it, it won't be that impactful, that bloodlust kill going to him.
Okay, yeah. So Pharaoh is going to be heading towards top. Yeah, there's a little confusing there for a second. I don't know if he just didn't simply realize or talking it over, but And he's going to make his trek up there now. So he went bottom initially, coming off from the Resurrection, and that seems just kind of silly, wasting actually a bit of time here. Might as well head towards the top lane at that point, of course. But, well, Tremble will gladly accept not having to deal with anyone here in the lane for the time being. But, yeah, hell of a start indeed for this Hellborn team. Again, mentioned Make, or Boxy, excuse me, actually on Kinesis getting credit for that kill. So, yeah, the suicide Kinesis here, always fun to watch. Yeah, we've been even seeing players kind of do that whole TP instead. For that reason right there. Sure, the boots was somewhat popular for a little bit, but as you saw, I mean, it could still even backfire. The TP, on the other hand, I mean, there's a good chance that you're not going to be stopped if you Homecoming Stone in and get that Mortis sight down. So,
yeah,
pretty crucial there.
Usually when Boxy goes offlane, they put a lot of value into keeping him safe, and we see it here right here. They put 2 wards. He should not be surprised of any kind of gank unless there's Veiled Rod involved. So he's probably gonna have a really good start here.
Oh, this is gonna backfire maybe on Glacius. It will, but hey, they got the kill first, and Prisoner got credit for it even. So that's an exchange probably worth doing. That was just simply a hook from Prisoner, hit Behemoth, and ended up following it up for the kill. So yeah, you see the Legion team making the rotations happen and actually dying as they do so. This start, not the best for Reason Gaming, is very, very safe to say at this point.
It hurts. I think they were expecting BMG maybe to try lane bottom, and then instead they made the wrong decision, and they are now trying against a Bar or a Kinesis here who can just get the lane control, and top of Pharaoh is not going to get anything because he can be zoned out by his torture alone. He does not have a blink or anything. He cannot play risky up there. If he's caught once, he will probably die.
Yeah.
So it's he's gonna be level 1, and so is Empath, and so is Behemoth. So they have 3 heroes that are not doing a lot here. They only have Midas going even, and then they have Puppet Master farming, but still a bit annoyed by the Kinesis. So it's very hard for them here. Oh, bottom.
Bottom lane, and you see Glacius coming in for to help set up the kill onto Puppet. One more auto attack, and he gets it off right there. Smackdown to add insult to injury. So Glacius, big time assistance, getting that double damage runing. Great rune control on top of killing the other team's carry. And already looking at a 3-1 hero kill start in favor of Bad Monkey Gaming. But, perhaps the most dangerous thing is that a Suicide Kinesis is 465 gold per minute. Meanwhile, middle lane, what a hook from Boxy or Make there. And it's not going to be enough for the kill, I don't think, but man, doing plenty of damage to him. Meanwhile, back to the bottom, 4-man gank on a Kinesis. I guess this is one way to deal with that. And they make sure of it. So, okay, there you go. At least they address it with 4 heroes. And they do get the kill out of it. So there's the good news now for Reason Gaming. Finally slowing him down a little bit.
With the way they have laned this, it's a good rotation. I mean, they had to do that. Pharaoh's getting nothing top. He needs to roam around and try and do what he can. And actually is successful there. It's not easy to gank on a Pharaoh, just walk in with mummy walls when you don't have boots either. But manages to get it there, and huge gold boost there for Atro. 365 gold for the kill.
Oh, it's an interesting spot actually too. Speaking of Pharaoh, again, he just runs on up. Mummy walls on a Glacius, catches him in the trees right here. Glacius going to put out the freeze wall off. Not the greatest, but it is enough to ultimately secure the kill on a Glacius. I guess it maybe changed his pathing a little bit right there, actually. So, in the end, Glacius is picked off, and yeah, this Pharaoh is, with no boots, managing to set up now a couple of kills across the map here. So, well played by Time to Die here.
It's good with rotations, but yeah, they do have a ward here, so they should have known that he was there, or Fusion should. But I think he underestimated how many heroes were actually coming in there.
Yeah. In the end, fall into it. Midas. Oh, nice job of the Mummy Wall. Speaking of Pharaoh again, it is going to force Prisoner back. Definitely helping to save his teammate. Time to Die, really MVP status for Reason Gaming so far here on this Pharaoh. As I say that, he gets pulled in by Prisoner, and he gets killed in the end. So Make, though, he's making sure to land the hooks. I wouldn't be surprised if actually he's 100% so far, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so too. I've seen Midas run away with like 100 life a couple times now.
Yeah.
He's been landing them. It's good work.
Been playing some Diva Wars probably. That's a warm-up. But no, definitely a good start there, and obviously taking out Pharaoh, who we're just talking about, was making up for that early bloodlust kill he gave up there. But, while this is all happening, oh, by the way, Tremble is just doing his thing at the top lane. You got Baltazar, nearly 400 gold per minute. He didn't even get the assist at the beginning of the game. He's just simply pure farming creeps here. 39 and 16 here at this top. Now Pharaoh is going to come back up here. He actually has a bottle now that he got, but it's going to continue to be free farm for Tremble, though. And he already has his Boris, too, so we'll see. Any kills come from that. Does he have a mound bottom? Yeah, he does. Way down here. Oh, middle lane. How about that? Kinesis rotates middle.
Yeah, Maka hits another hook, and that's a dead minus. With the burst from Kinesis too. So, yeah. They really need to keep the pressure up on lead inside, try and gank lanes. With free heroes, it's honestly worth it at this point, because of how the lanes are set up. It favors BMG. They cannot just sit back and stack the jungle and try and farm their way back. It's not happening, so they need to set up some kills.
Get a little more aggressive here. And again, we see Tremble. Where's Boris? No, he's still up here. Okay. Thought he might have been going for somewhere, but not yet. Kinesis. Or middle lane. Yeah, here the prison break go off. Midas goes down shortly after. Glacius prisoner. It's a tough combo. He lands yet another hook. Again, I'm pretty sure he's 100% here. That's a pretty impressive start. Definitely set up several kills. Puppet Master bottom lane. I was going to say, he's going to need to be careful of Tremble possibly coming into gank, and sure enough, he comes in for the gank and gets the kill. So, again, the momentum really is all BMG right here. 3,500 gold lead, 3,000 experience lead. You got the Suicide Kinesis Boxy doing work as expected. You got Baltazar carrying as expected, and Make's landing every single hook. So, it's a tough trio to beat right there when all that's coming together.
Definitely. I'm surprised they're not trying to counterward that mount down, or not yet trying to kill that mount down in the right side. I mean, he was just ganked, so he should expect that there's some way that Tremble gets there. Yeah, he has this Terror mount down in the bottom lane still. He can come in whenever he wants to.
Yeah, I don't know if they... It seems like Behemoth is kind of looking around for now.
Yeah.
But not checking the correct area. So Tremble will continue to have that.
Something you can do if you expect it to be down there, so you can just right-click into the jungle even though you don't see it. And if there's actually a way you can get down there, then your hero will go there even though you can't see it. That's just how the mechanics work.
Interesting. Okay. Top lane, no, Pharaoh's going to fall back before gank happens right here. But Puppet Master doing the creep pull. But again, you see the GPM here charts really tell a good story of where this game's at. I mean, Puppet Master leading his team at only 250. No one else even at that 200 mark. So again, across the board, this has just been a pretty horrendous start. And you know, I must say this whole idea of the tri-lane with Behemoth Empath, it seems like, you know, BMG really they played it very well. I mean, sure, they've happened to have a couple of plays go their way, including the hook in the middle lane for Prisoner to start it with on the Behemoth, but this tri-lane just never really got going here for a reason. They couldn't make it happen. I mean, is that to their fault, or is it just well played by BMG?
I think it started with that Bloodlust. It kind of threw them off, and then they thought that BMG was going to be 3 heroes down bottom. And then they went, like they were kind of rotating in between just before the creep spawns. And then they made the decision to go tri-lane bottom, and that was the wrong decision. They should have went top with it. But they didn't really know. They were just trying to guess where's BMG going, and they guessed wrong, and that's what really hurting them.
Kinesis, he's striding around. He's already got Tablet of Command, the Grave Locket, and oh, he's found a kill onto Atro. Comes out of the Invis. That's got to be one of the more frustrating things as a support, especially. You're kind of just running through your own jungle, thinking you're safe, and all of a sudden an Invis hero just comes out of nowhere and drops you. So, obviously, we've had plenty of history dealing with this. All these teams have of just Kinesis boxy combo. It's been a while since we've really seen it, but we know by now the potential of the damage, especially. It is a lot, so hoping to show that off right there, and goes back to the bottom right away. And the roam, you're a spot here for a reason. Okay, Veiled Rod on Behemoth, I was going to say, really need to kind of try something here. They're going to try something top lane. But
he's not 06 on Behemoth. I'm not sure they have the damage. They do have max Hellfire on Pharaoh here.
No, Tremble has got the Dark Swarm up. And in fact, now you see the turn. Pharaoh's in trouble. Yeah, you mentioned no Shockwave on Behemoth. I think that was really the crucial miscue there for this Legion side. Without that, they weren't really going to have the damage in the first place. This is going to completely backfire as the TP support comes in from BMG. Now they're probably just going to push this tower on top of it. Torturer. Empath kind of messing with him, but oh no, now Empath is dead. Couple of auto attacks. There we go. Thunderclaw already on treble, of course, and he has another 780 gold saved up. So, man, I don't know if this one's going to be changing here anytime quickly.
No, I think they're gonna go quickly to the next game, around the 15-minute mark here. They laned it wrong. That didn't happen. That was unfortunate for them. I think they're just gonna go for the next one with a different strategy.
Yeah, again, this is somewhat newer recent gaming team, like you mentioned, a couple of new players even, we believe, in going into a new cycle here. What has really proven to be just overall competition. I mean, we've seen that kind of throughout the season already, but that's just continuing here. Mystery King now joining the ranks, but every single team definitely deserves to be here and can win, it seems like. Revolution, the prime example of that. They've been relegation matched 3 times in a row. Yeah, here they are with 9 points already, even 2-0 over Complexity. So it's a tough Diamond Division, and right now recent game, and it seems like that they're a little behind here as far as the challengers. But we'll see what happens in Game 2. We know the skills there. This game isn't over yet, though, so I guess I don't want to act like too much.
If they can get some levels up and then try and get a kill onto one guy, and the BMG TPs in, maybe a bit slow, so one after one, and then they can maybe get a good fight going. But that doesn't help.
That's not a way to start it. As down he goes. So, well,
he's also trying to get Whispering Helmet. Looks like at least has the armor. Oh, they do. Yeah, that's a Glacius. That's something at least.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought that was Tremble for a second. I was like, big guy. Never mind, just Glacius. So, it's something, but need a lot more. So can we sit here and say you should have banned Tremble? Like, is that something we should definitely criticize Reason Gaming?
I think just with the way they laned it, he could have possibly been any hero free farming up there, and they would have still come out ahead. The 4 other heroes still did their job and nerfed the puppets for him, and Make has hit every hook mid, and nerfing the Midas and hooking the Pharaoh in, and it was just looking ugly for them either way. I don't think Tremble is the big reason. He was just the guy who was free farming top lane.
Yeah.
I think it could be almost any hero at this point. Yeah.
So I wonder now, going into this game too, what these bans are going to be like, especially on the side of Reason. And obviously Kinesis, even though it's a dangerous player-hero combination, he's happened to do well here once again. It's not really one you're going to be banning initially, so maybe just sticking to your roots and kind of just realizing that, don't overthink this game, I think is the best point to take from it. That, you keep going back to the laning. It just did not work. The setup didn't work. And this happens to the best of them even. Sometimes it just doesn't come together. So don't overreact, though, at the same time to the following game. But it's going to continue. Maki comes down here to assist, killing Marcus Moy, playing that Midas. So, yeah, I think it continues to just be a case of Reason Gaming probably eyeing that timer here and waiting for that concede option to be open here. Oh boy. Here's another. It's so ridiculous. I love the synergy of this hero too in Kinesis. What makes it so great is that third ability, the inherent defense. How he does so much burst damage, and it's like then it just makes him so tanky on top of that. So
yeah,
really is a good
and
combo.
adding on move speed too. So if he just gets a kill, he is able to get on out of there really quick.
Definitely a fun hero to watch, and again, Boxy's kind of the one that really brought it onto the scene. Tower kill here. Lead the biggest yet. But yeah, Tremble's almost going to be having a brutalizer here now. At this rate.
I'm a little bit surprised they're not trying to just group up +5 and then trying to find some kills, force a fight, and then call it a day there or call it next game if it doesn't work. But there's a small chance that you might be able to catch one, and then another guy comes in to help that guy, and then that guy dies, and then they die maybe one after one. There's a small chance, but yeah. You need a lot of things to go in your favor for that to work when you're so far behind.
Yes, you do. So, again, the thing for Reason Gaming, too, though, they do have also, they're going to be playing the later match as well as mentioned. I'm playing against Fresh here later on today. So, they definitely got plenty of Han ahead of them in general. 3 more games in total. So, just take it one at a time here. And, again, this game just didn't go as planned. So, 15-minute mark does hit. They're not throwing out because he just, maybe going to give that shot.
I think I know why. Behemoth has 1900 gold, 200 gold more, and he has the portal key. If they can land one fight, and then maybe kill 2, 3, 4 heroes without losing anyone, I mean, then they might feel like they're back in it. I can understand that. Behemoth almost has it. And then they weren't gonna try one fight, I think. But Kinesis.
No! He tries to poke in there and get a free kill on an empath, but not as much damage as he was hoping for.
He's not 11 yet. That's unfortunate.
Oh, true, yeah. If he was level 11, probably. There probably would have been a couple more targets there. Prisoner, by the way, just walks up to Puppet Master with the invis and is going to set up a kill onto him in the meantime. So, sure, Behemoth has a portal key now, but another death on your carry. He is 0-5-1 as Kurt Svensson here on that Puppet Master. So, but yeah, they got the portal key on Behemoth, so going to still try for that one fight just to see how it goes, but...
They are going for Conqueror here, so that might be the chance, because that really... I mean, if Behemoth gets a smoke here, he does have a smoke, he TP's in. I mean, that could be a good chance. You get a free 4-mana ulti in the Conqueror pit, and you maybe get the token too. There's a small chance for success here, but we'll see. Tremble is low.
They are heading over.
Oh, here he goes.
There we go, jumps in, Shockwave, kills Tremble off the pad, so that's a start that they definitely want. Down goes Torture out to the side as well. Glacius, he's going to fall, and it's a 3-for-1 exchange in favor, and they're going to try to steal Conqueror. You do see Kinesis and Prisoner nearby.
Tremble.
How are they going to counter to this? Tremble, he did buy back, as you mentioned. Token of Life, who got it? Looks like Pharaoh did. Okay, yeah, Pharaoh gets right here, but Tremble's now back and looking to clean up. Down goes Puppet Master. Pharaoh, not the biggest threat, especially with no mana with that Token of Life. He just ports out, in fact, as they kill Midas as well. So, well, they actually had a decent fight there.
Yeah, if Behemoth managed to kill Conqueror while killing Tremble, that would have been amazing for them. Then they probably wouldn't have died on 3 more heroes, but they had to stay there to get the kill onto Conqueror. He only had 400 life. And then Tremble buys back and comes in and cleans them up. That's unfortunate. But, I mean, if this was a more close game, that would have been a huge fight for recent gaming, but they're just so far behind when they took that fight. But, I mean, I can understand that they're staying into this. It wasn't too bad, and Tremble used the buyback too. So, a couple more of those Behemoth ultis onto 3-4 people, and they might have a chance.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely one of those cases you kind of feel like, you wonder if they ultimately realize. I think Kurt Svensson probably realizes as the carry player, he's just not getting much. But as a team overall, you do get the token, you win a Conqueror fight, you got the portal key. Clearly there is something going here as far as mentality goes. So, yeah, definitely agree there. It's stick it out a little bit longer. See what you can make a play of here. Pharaoh did choose to go Helm of the Black Legion, by the way, really trying to just tank up here on this hero.
He's actually the most farm player in your team. You know it's not looking that great when your off lane has the most farm in your team.
Yeah, not that great. In middle lane, actually. Behemoth does have a Shockwave in 10 seconds. Now, Glacius is nearby.
There is a tier 1, so they can't pour it in. But if they can burst him, it could be a good fight here. And then maybe net the Glacius kill right after, and then get out without losing too many heroes. Torch is only half life.
You do see the Shockwave is now up, but Kinesis falling back. It's almost as if now BMG is thinking about making a play here themselves, actually. So, again, Pharaoh with that token. It's not an easy kill for sure, as they're going to pull him in. So here we go. Pharaoh dropping quickly. Behemoth comes in with a fissure. Down goes Pharaoh. Here's a prison break in the background. Catches multiple heroes. It's going to pull them back. And Puppet Master and Empath both in trouble. They go bursted down by Boxy there. Maki doing plenty as well. Midas gets picked off. Down goes Pharaoh. So, well, yeah, they tried again. They tried to pick a fight. There comes the concede. Realizing, all right, we gave it a shot, but it wasn't to be. Game 1 will go to BMG here. Oh, Behemoth says one more chance. Nope.
He jumped in and stunned the Glacius, and they went for the Glacius kill. They had to be more patient to hope BMG groups up on top of the Pharaoh or something, and then go in. They were a bit impatient and went in too early to save him. But I mean, it's a tough spot. Can't really fault them too much for that. So, yeah, BMG takes the first one.
Yeah, again, at a point of the might as well go for it, as we're definitely talking about there. But the Conqueror fight, it was interesting. But, I mean, you look at the big picture, though, go back to the beginning and what we're really stressing there throughout the earlier phases of that game, just simply the draft, the laning phase, definitely making some tune-ups on that here, because right now BMG looking good, looking very strong, and they guarantee themselves at least that 1 point here with the first game victory. So Reason Gaming, we'll see. Out there up to the challenge here for game number 2. Still looking for their first win here in the group stages. Can they do it here in the second game against BMG, or will BMG just take care of business moving forward? So ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We got that game number 2 coming up next here on Honcast. On Tour Season 4 Cycle 4 group stages continues day number 3. We'll be right back.
Try to forget that you were here. Some part of me wants to disappear with you. My soul and all that I could afford. So we gotta fall into what you explore.